What's up guys, Rouge Bludger here with Unashamed Gaming, and today we are going kind of old school, as you can probably see on screen. We are jumping into some Call of Duty 4, and I just wanted to talk to you guys today about something I've been thinking about just today and recently, and for that I feel like we need this video. And today, I'm going back to where it all started, which, like I said, was Call of Duty 4. Really, it wasn't my first Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 2. This is kind of going to just be a video about a little bit of my gaming history and some personal history as well, just to kind of change of pace here, relax for a day, and just get a kind of a low key kind of chill video for you guys to watch here. But anyway, my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 2. I had it for the PlayStation 2. It was called Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, and there was no multiplayer or anything, but it did have a campaign, and I loved it. Same with Call of Duty 3. I had that as well on the PlayStation 2. Also no campaign, also no multiplayer, but the campaign was great. And then in high school for Christmas, so this is 2007. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 2007. December 25th for Christmas, I received an Xbox 360 and Halo 3, and it was great. And actually, right after Christmas, I went to a friend's house, and we went to, I think it was Target or Kmart, I'm not sure which. I think it might have been Target. And they had like a strange buy two for the price of one special on Call of Duty 4. Or actually, it was on any game, but Call of Duty 4 was one of them. And it was new at the time, so it had obviously come out in the beginning of November, and we got it. So I got it for 30 bucks, which was great. But anyway, so I got Call of Duty 4, and I started playing it, and after a while I got pretty good at it. This was really my bread and butter, this game right here. And so that's why I wanted to go back to it for this video, because I'm kind of talking about how things kind of got started. So what it was for me is my family moved to the mountains of North Carolina when I was during the summer of my 6th grade, between 6th and 7th grade. And that was really hard for me, just because, I had a lot of friends down there, and, we had a great place to live. We lived on like a lake with a boat and stuff, and that was really fun. And I didn't want to leave it. I was, like a 12-year-old kid? And of course I didn't want to leave that. So I was kind of grumpy about the whole thing. And so I started middle school, and middle school is awkward for everybody anyway. But the middle school I went to was in a different county than the high school I went to. So by the time I got my 360, it was my freshman year at a brand new school. I didn't really have that many friends. I mean, I had some people I knew, but I hadn't really grown close to anybody yet. But I got my 360, and after about a month or two of having it, I was like, I want to try out this Xbox Live and see what I can do. And so that was fun at first, but then, of course, it's a lot more fun with friends. And so I started playing with some people from school that I knew that played, and I want to say that some of my best friends to this day, I would say from home, my 3 best friends, this is including Sonny, our relationship at one point or another was influenced and furthered by playing Call of Duty together. Sonny and I were already pretty good friends before we really started playing Call of Duty together, but our freshman year of college, we played Modern Warfare 2 like nobody's business, and our grades kind of paid for it, but some of those times that we had together, those experiences, are things I'm never going to forget. Just really, really fun, chill times. And the same goes for my other friends, from home. But like I said, my 3 best friends, people I still keep in contact with, 4 years after graduation, we all played Call of Duty together at one point in time or another. And really, our relationship kind of revolved around it. You might see or hear me talk about Josh, maybe. He's my like competitive partner and one of my good friends from high school as well. And all we've done for the last 4 or 5 years is play Call of Duty, so that's great. But or 6 years or 7 years since Modern Warfare 2, basically. But I just want to say, video games are kind of strange. You hear a lot of people talk, the question's always out there, are they bad for you, blah blah blah. And I think if you aren't mature enough to handle a game like Call of Duty, then you shouldn't be playing it. Obviously, it's rated M for a reason. I'm not saying you have to be 17 to play it, because obviously a lot of people who play it are below 17. I was, 15, 14 when I started playing it. But you need to be mature enough to play it. But the things that you can get out of it are more than just a general knowledge about military type guns and how to kill people with a plastic controller. What you're going to get out of it, at least my experience has been, you can make friends. You can make lifetime friends, and you can develop these friendships because when you're playing Call of Duty for hours on end with your friends, you talk, and when you're talking, you really just kind of get into good discussions about various things. You know, I've talked about stuff from God to all the way to random stuff like politics or stupid stuff like, I don't even know, like movies and all sorts of stuff with my friends over Xbox. And, you know, if we're going to talk, generally we do it over Xbox. So these are the kind of things that video games really have to offer that are positive. And for me, video games, since the beginning of high school, have been a huge part of my life, which has led to things like this channel, which I think it's a great channel. You know, it was Sonny's idea, but it's something that I've really enjoyed doing with him, and something that I think has the potential to impact a lot of people. And I don't think it would be possible without Call of Duty. Obviously, it wouldn't be possible without Call of Duty because that's all we post. But our relationship, I don't feel like would be quite as farther along as it is now without Call of Duty, and we wouldn't have, you know, the content and stuff like that without Call of Duty and without video games. So like I said, video games for me have been a huge part of my life since well, really as long as I can remember. I mean, I played Super Mario with my mom when I was little, and I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to do that, but if you've ever played a video game with a parent, it's a whole lot different story than playing with your friends, because, you know, generally, well, nowadays I would say I'm better than my mother at video games. Actually, I tried to teach her how to play Call of Duty last summer. It didn't go very well. But back then, she was better than me at Mario. And we got to learn how to play Mario together and advance through the levels together, and you know, that was my earliest really video game experience, and I love that. And ever since then, video games have been a pretty big part of my life. And I want you to pay attention. I should have said this before. To this streak here at the beginning of this game, I got some kills that maybe I shouldn't have gotten, but I was really proud of them. So enjoy this streak here at the beginning. But now, video games for me, I feel like, have a slightly different role. In Black Ops 1, competitive Call of Duty really started to become a thing. It joined Halo on the pedestal of competitive video games. And now it's all about Call of Duty. Halo's got some comeback brewing here, but right now it's pretty much all about Call of Duty on the competitive console scene. Of course, you've got games like League on PC, which are great, Counter-Strike. But as far as console gaming goes, COD is kind of where it's at right now, especially with Black Ops 2. So I started playing pretty heavily competitively in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and even into Ghost. Now, I don't go to major events, and I'm not like on a professional team. I play local LANs and stuff like that. Would I like to be on a professional team? Yes. But, you know, things have never really come together for me as far as doing that. There's always been one thing or another, usually money related, that prevents me from going to these events, which is fine. My attitude on the whole thing is, like I said, is it something that I would absolutely love to do? Yes, there's few things that I feel like I am good enough at and have the potential to do, but haven't done like professional Call of Duty. However, if it's not something that God wants in my future as part of my life, then that's fine. And I'm willing to trust Him with that. I'm not going as far as saying that God is gonna, you know, a lot of people are, alright, let me put it this way. A lot of people are kind of making fun of Russell Wilson, right? Because when they won their playoff game, he credited, he said, you know, it was like, he said something to the effect of God wanted the Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl. And I don't think he meant it the way everybody's kind of taking it. I think he just meant that, you know, he felt like God was, you know, had blessed him with going to the Super Bowl, or he was thanking, I think he was basically thanking God for the opportunity that he had. But, you know, it was right after a game, your adrenaline's rushing, you say things, as we've seen with other Seahawks players, no names am I going to mention, but, and I won't say that God really cares about football. I don't think he does. But I think he cares about the people that play football. I think he cares about us and what we do. So if it's something that affects our lives, I do think God cares about it. And like I said, Call of Duty has largely affected my life. So if that's something that God wants me to pursue at a higher level, then I would love to do it. But if not, I am more than okay just doing what I'm doing now, making videos for fun, having a good time with it, whatever. But that's kind of my competitive standpoint. I don't know, you guys all know I like to play competitive. I didn't know if I haven't really told you like how deeply that goes. But I like to, for now, local lands are fine. There have been a couple major tournaments I've been supposed to go to, but monetary reasons really were the reasons for not going to those. But, you know, it's all well and good. I'm still young. I don't have a family to think about. I don't have really any responsibilities other than school and track. And once that's done, I'm going to have to get a job. But hopefully video games are going to be part of my life for a long time. I look forward to the day when maybe I can teach my own children to play video games. Or I just want to help and affect people with my video games, because they've been such a big part of my life. I want them to somehow help somebody else's life. That's really the main point of at least why I am part of this channel, because I want to use something I'm good at in order to help somebody else. So I've always said to myself that if I were to make it in the competitive scene, I would use that as a platform, much like this channel. I wouldn't be annoying about it, I guess. I wouldn't force God on people or anything like that, but I would openly be Christian in the content I post and in my interviews and all those sorts of things. And I think that's kind of where I want this channel to go. I want this channel to be something that me and Sonny both can use to use our talents in. I do think it's a talent to be good at Call of Duty. To use our talents there to help other people and to build relationships with each other, with God, and all these sorts of things. And this is kind of a rambly video. I didn't really know the direction it was going to take. But these are just a bunch of thoughts that have been kind of flooding in my head, and I wanted to get them out in a video, and I felt like this was the game to do it on, just because this is where it all started for me. And I know that I would not be where I am today without the friendships that I made through video games, and without those sorts of relationships that I've been in contact with. And some of those relationships have turned out to be the kind of things that have really helped me in my walk with God. I don't even know if I would be a Christian today. I won't go as far as say as I wouldn't be, because it's in God's hands. But I don't know if I would be where I am today without Call of Duty. And that's my ending thought, because this video is over. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more videos like this, storytelling / thought kind of videos, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, share it if you want. Thanks guys. I'll see you next time.